What is a tall sign of a devil's chosen in your life? They are usually quiet and unaffectionate. I just wanted to say that before we start this video. How about the intro? Today I ain't got no intro, but I will say this though. You're gonna meet interesting people during your spiritual awakening. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Alula, and welcome to Awaken the Eagle. I'm back with another video from this beautiful, beautiful land of Down Under. On the third day of summer, I'm out here soaking in the sun. You know, I took off my shoes. I'm just sitting. Let me share with you the kind of people that you're gonna meet during your spiritual awakening. Man, you're gonna meet some interesting people. Come to think about it, a long time ago, I would have used words like, oh my God, by chance I ran into this person. Nowadays, guys, I hesitate to use words like that. Why? Because I know every encounter is not by chance, especially the kind of people that you would meet during your awakening. It's like, as planned. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of these people will come to teach you a lesson. Some of these people will come to test you. Some of these people, guys, will come and show you something. But the interesting thing here, and the thing that they all have in common is that they're not gonna stay. They're not gonna stay long in your life. People will pop up here. People will pop up there. But let me tell you something. They'll give you a lesson that you shall never forget. And the other thing as well that I discovered on this journey, especially during my ascension, was that you cause everything that happens in your life, even the kind of people that you meet. When I was in my isolation season, I hardly met anybody attractive, especially when it came to women. But then it was also during the time what I was going through, my renewal, like if I can say, like when I was changing my software of the programming that was instilled in me of what sex meant to me. You know what I mean? Like before I had that like stage of ascension, I would go out there, I would meet many interesting and attractive people. But during this time, I hardly met these kind of people. That let me know that I was causing the encounter to take place. If you know what I'm saying. Now, let's get down to the points, guys. What is the first kind of people that you're going to encounter during your spiritual awakening? The first one, guys, is the people that will help you get over something. Something like, for example, addiction that you wanna like remove from your life. For me, if I can share, it was sex. Especially in my 20s, I was very, very sexual. Come to think about it now, if I haven't healed from that kind of thing, where I am now, this kind of thing would have really ruined my life. This is how I went. Now, this is after I had experienced my first dark night of the soul. And this is also when I had first gotten out of my long-term relationship. All of a sudden, I see this lady, an older woman, that has a body on her like I had never seen. I stepped up to her confidently. After a few conversations, she gave me a number. Back then, I was so eager to get with her. I would call her, but she ignored me. Anyway, after trying, I just gave up, I guess. And a year later or something, I see the same woman out and about. This time, she's even speaking to me differently. This time, she's giving me more affection than before. And then I asked for a number. When I put her number in my phone, it was the same woman. I already had a number. So I called her, and then she tells me to come over to her house the same night. I did. And my experience with really sex with her started then. For the whole 2 years, I experienced, if I can say, one of the most amazing sex experiences I've ever had. She was like built so well. As the kind of woman that many men will find intimidating. But here I am, really giving it to her as a real man would. You know what I mean? Now, I thought about that situation. I said, why did that happen? And then I came to realization that, you see, the thing with like most men is that most men will never get to experience the kind of women that they really like fully. They might get something here and there, but for the guys that experience attractive women fully, this will help you get rid of the fear of having, fear of women and being comfortable with women also. And also these guys will teach you just to see women are people, especially women, just us, they are us, they're people. And not to be intimidated, you know what I mean? So that was the kind of lady that I've met that have given me that experience for the whole 2 years. Funny enough, when my next stage of ascension came, I noticed we're having conflicts, so much conflict here and there. And she ended up calling the police on me, saying that I was violent. You see what I mean? That let me know. That encounter was done. And most importantly, it served its purpose. Nowadays, my nervous system is so well around females. You know what I'm saying? Why is it so? Because I experienced sex and I no longer put sex on a pedestal. And that is the thing, guys. I had to come over. I had to overcome. Come over. What the hell is wrong with me? Now, the second kind of persons that you shall meet, guys, is somebody that was sent against you in order to fall off this spiritual awakening. Oh my God. Man, a lot of situations have popped up that was like really, really ready to take me down the wrong path. Like things, guys, that I had no idea were there. Like things like drugs. All these opportunities began to open up. Funny enough, on this worldwide trip that I was on, I was in this country, Colombia, for 2 months. I was in Cali, Cartagena, and Medellin. Now in Colombia, this thing of drug use was really everywhere. Yeah, for me personally speaking, my thing has always been the weed. You know what I mean? It helps my consciousness expand better. But then here is a man that is telling me to get a gram of weed is $5, but to get a gram of cocaine is $2. Look at that situation right there. And I looked at the man and I said to him, "Hey, I'll just take the weed." You see what I'm saying? On this journey, guys, the kind of people that you shall meet are the people that will tempt you. That will tempt you for you to not go further. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, whatever your vice is, whatever things that you're into, guys, this is a spiritual world. This is a frequency world. You know what I'm saying? The universe shall bring to you the kind of test that'll be so hard for you, but you shall have to pass in order for you to go to the next stage. And most importantly, guys, in order for you to begin to live the life that God had for you in the beginning. You know, now I feel it in my spirit that I have traveled the hardest part of the journey already, thank God, of 5 years. That was like complete hell. Yeah, now I'm feeling like I'm in the good parts of the spiritual awakening. But let me tell you something. I have never been tested more in my life than on this journey. The same thing with you guys. When you are on this journey of spiritual awakening, you're going to be tested. And most importantly, guys, you're going to be tested with three things that your subconscious guys want to experience. Particularly if you had a little trauma growing up. Particularly if you experienced things in your childhood. But then you don't want to experience this thing in as you move forward and as you're born again. That frequency will not leave you until you pass the test. This guy is a little bit like kind of Jesus' story. When he was out there on 40 days and 40 nights, he was fasting. And this is where all the temptations came. When he was fasting, for example, they said, the devil popped up and said, "If you're the Son of God, why aren't you not turning that stone into a bread?" Okay, that's a good example for the chosen ones. Because when you go into your ascension now, many of you are going to be broke. People around you will say to you, "Hey, if you're really chosen by God, how come you ain't got no money?" Do you see how that's connected? Damn it. But first, you have to pass the test. And let me tell you something, guys. Once you do, Oh yeah, you passed the test by saying, just like you said it, a man does not live by just bread alone. Yeah. Alright, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Until your next video, God bless. And take care. Bye bye. See you.